In this video, we'll explore 7 Stoic rules for life that can help guide you toward greater resilience and peace of mind. Each rule offers practical wisdom to navigate challenges and make the most of your experiences. Let's dive in. Rule 1. Focus only on what you can control. Epictetus reminds us that the most important task in life is to distinguish between what we can change and what we cannot. This simple practice is at the heart of Stoicism. What does this mean in real life? Let's look at sports as an example. An athlete can't control whether the other team cheats or if the referees make the right calls. They also can't influence how the media portrays them or the weather on game day. So what can they control? Their own performance. As Marcus Aurelius said, "It doesn't matter what others think, what truly matters is what you do." You control how you play, not whether you win. You control how you play, not if others respect you. You control how you play, not if the crowd cheers for you. Takeaway *, focus solely on what's within your control. Put it into practice *, spend 5 minutes reflecting on your current challenges. Divide them into 2 categories. 1. What is in your control? 2. What is out of your control now? Direct your attention only to what you can control. Rule 2. Treat success and failure the same. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to accept both success and failure with a balanced mindset. He used a metaphor: life is like a rock. When you throw a rock up into the air, it doesn't gain anything when it rises and doesn't lose anything when it falls. It remains the same rock. Marcus himself experienced this. He was an ordinary man who became emperor but could have easily lost his position. Did that change who he was? No. Whether he faced a promotion or a demotion, he remained the same person. Similarly, think about your own life. Whether you win big or face setbacks, like winning the lottery or going bankrupt, these events don't define you. The key is how you respond to life's ups and downs. As Kipling wrote in his poem, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those 2 imposters just the same. Takeaway: success and failure are just part of life. They don't change your core self. Put it into practice. No matter what happens today, whether it's good or bad, greet each situation with the same calmness and acceptance. Rule 3. Just do one thing every day. Zeno once said, "Well-being is attained by little and little." This idea is echoed in the letter Seneca wrote to his friend Lucilius. Although we don't know much about Lucilius, we do know he faced common struggles like anxiety, distraction, and self-discipline. Seneca, as a caring friend, offered him simple yet powerful advice. Each day, acquire something that will help you against poverty, death, and other misfortunes. The idea is to aim for just one small gain each day. This approach helps combat procrastination. Remember, steady, consistent effort leads to improvement. Whether you're working on a business, a book, or your fitness, small daily actions build up over time. Arnold Schwarzenegger, a well-known figure in many fields, also emphasizes this idea. He once said that doing something every day is what truly matters, especially during challenging times. Takeaway: focus on one small win each day. Put it into practice. Choose a project you want to work on. Decide on the smallest step you can take today to move it forward. Take that step. Remember, little actions lead to big results. Rule 4. Constantly ask, is this necessary? Marcus Aurelius advised, ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? In today's world, we're being pushed to reevaluate many aspects of our lives. Our jobs, finances, and even our relationships. The global pandemic has made us question the systems around us, whether they're societal, cultural, or personal. Marcus faced similar challenges during a plague, spending years away from Rome with his army. In his tent, he reflected in his journal, which later became known as Meditations. One key takeaway from his writings is that most of what we say and do is not essential. By eliminating the non-essential, we gain more time and peace. Now is the perfect time to assess your life. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Why am I doing this? What if I changed? Consider everything, from how much you work to where you live, your relationships, your spending habits, and even the clutter in your home. Much of what fills our lives is instinctual or imposed by others, and it often doesn't serve us well. Marcus reminds us, if you seek tranquility, Do less, put it into practice. Grab a piece of paper and create 2 columns. On the left, list all the things on your mind competing for your time. On the right, label each item as necessary or not necessary, then cross out everything that isn't necessary. This will help you focus on what truly matters. Rule 5. Speak with the dead. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, once received a puzzling piece of advice from the oracle. To live the best life, you should have conversations with the dead. This doesn't mean chatting with ghosts or wandering through cemeteries. The oracle was really talking about reading. Through books, we can engage with those who have passed away. Their physical forms may be gone, but their thoughts and ideas live on in the pages we read. For example, Harry Truman, one of the most well-read U.S. presidents, viewed historical figures like Marcus Aurelius and Thomas Jefferson as if they were friends he discussed current events with. When Truman famously said, "Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers," he highlighted the importance of learning from the past. That's why we created the daily Stoic Read to Lead challenge, inspired by his wisdom. Books allow us to connect with the greatest minds throughout history, bringing their insights and experiences into our lives. By reading, you can sit with Lincoln, converse with Shakespeare, or learn from the wisdom of figures like Portia Cato. This isn't a spooky experience, it's comforting because it gives you access to the insights of some of the wisest people ever to live. This is a fantastic opportunity for learning and growth. Unfortunately, many people choose not to take advantage of this. They neglect this incredible power and instead tune into distractions from television and social media, missing out on the chance to engage with the lessons of history. Rule 6. Don't suffer. Imagine troubles. Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more from imagination than from reality." What's on your mind right now? Your job? Your family? Your future? Your health? It's natural to worry. Bad things can happen, like accidents or unexpected news. But think back to a month, a year, or even 5 years ago. What were you worried about then? Chances are it was mostly the same things. How many of those worries actually came true? Mark Twain noted, "I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Even when worries do come to pass, stressing about them often doesn't change the outcome." Seneca highlighted this perfectly. We are more often frightened than hurt. His advice? Don't let yourself be unhappy before trouble arrives. We often exaggerate our fears and imagine the worst. Instead, focus on the present and avoid letting your worries spiral out of control. Remember, don't let your imagination overshadow reality. Rule 7. Remember, you are dying every day. Seneca reminds us, this is our big mistake, to think we look forward toward death. Most of death is already gone. It's easy to think of death as something far away, but even those who acknowledge their mortality can fall into this trap. We often see dying as a single event in the future, something we're slowly approaching based on our age or health. Seneca challenged this view. He believed that death is a process happening right now. We are, in fact, dying every day. As you read this, time is passing that you'll never get back. That time belongs to death. Think about it. Death isn't just in the future, it's part of every moment. Each second that ticks by brings us closer to our end. So what should we do? Live fully. Don't procrastinate. Finish what you start. Seize every opportunity while you still can. Memento mori. Remember that life is short, so make the most of it.